Hey dude and dudettes, welcome to True Tall Tales, where the waves are high and the stories are even higher, bruh. I'm stoked to introduce you to my next guest. Straight out of the land of sunshine and surf, California's very own salty dog, Reese. So check it out, man. I met Reese when he waltzed into the Rad Bar in Sydney, right? I was slinging back drinks, he was tossing back tequila shots like it was nobody's business. And bam! Instant connection, dude. We both knew we were destined for some epic adventures. Fast forward to one crazy trip, we snagged a van and cruised all the way from Sydney to Uluṟu, man. It was like the ultimate road trip, filled with gnarly waves, desert vibes, some seriously good times. You feel me? And now Reese is here to drop some serious truth bombs, spill the beans, and share his true tall tales, straight from the heart of California, baby. So grab your boards, kick back, and get ready to hang tang with the one, the only, Reese Dog, you salty dog.
Let's go. Thank
Just
you
to
for
let the
that.
listeners know, he actually is from California, but he does live in Denver, Colorado now. But he's like a surfer dude.
Yeah, I'm living in the mountains now, a distance away from the ocean, but amazing being right next to the mountains now in the Colorados and the Rockies and yeah, experiencing, the mountains, the towns, the snow, lots of changes. So looking good.
It's all about that high altitude. We said that Reese and I want to start a business where like you can buy disposable oxygen tanks, kind of like the same size as like a Starbucks cup, and like it goes in your nose and like walk around.
Yeah, I know. I mean, maybe not down where I live now. It's not necessary, but let's say if I drive, hour and a half, 2 hours one way, I'm going to be all the way up in the Colorado Rockies. So we're going to be up in altitude that's definitely requiring some sort of oxygen for certain people, but it's definitely it makes you gasp for air when you're going up there, but it's fun.
Oh God.
It's a new
We'll
spot,
see.
It's not the ocean, let's say.
It's not the That's okay. Everything's different. I'm glad you're there. As you know, I have a different guest every week who comes on the show and talks about their true story, their true tall tales. So take the mic and let the listeners and myself what story you're sharing here today, because you're one of my wild friends. I bet you got a wild story.
Oh, I got a good one. It's like I could go a million different, like I could go like an octopus arm, like eight different ways into different directions around stories based around this trip that we took. So driving from Sydney to Uluru is about 28 hours one way. So we were like, you know what? Let's do it. It doesn't matter. We're going to get to the middle of Australia. We're going to go check it out, get into the desert. Yeah, it was a big risk, but best risk that we've ever taken, I would say, for me and you both. Just in terms of like experience and like quality time and like what we were going through together on that drive. But the story that comes off top of my head was going like we got to Uluru, we checked in, we got our campsite, we set up our van, we were comfortable, which was awesome, like loved it. And then we had a dinner set up that was somewhat like picking us up on a bus from our campsite. And then we're going to the dinner, which is out in the middle of the desert, like across from Uluru. So Uluru is maybe 10 kilometers from us in the distance. But out there, they have tables set up, they have like a beautiful dinner, they have like a buffet set up and drinks and all this. And we paid for this, like amazing. And then
Just to add in for the listeners, like a very three-course bougie dinner. People who get like
yeah,
married or propose to people go there, and we thought, you know what, we're driving all this way, we're saving money, we're cooking our own food, camping in tents, but let's just splurge on just one night.
one
So we
night.
spent just one night to go to this thing that was set up in the middle of the desert. That's just to paint a picture for you guys.
Right. And it was gorgeous. Like I remember Sunny, like it was like proper tables with 8 people on each table. But the best part was showing up to the venue. Like we're walking up, it's like a little dirt trail on like the red sand. Like first time for me as an American, like going there into like Uluru in the outback. And I'm seeing this for the first time. So I am like so excited and just like starting to feel it. You are too, because I know that was the
My
first
first
time you've
time,
done it.
of course.
And yes, we had a couple gummies, little weed gummies. So we were like, you know what, we're gonna have a good time. Like it's gonna be the best. And I got up there to like the deck where they had the intro and drinks set up. So it was champagne. We had a glass, but there was a guy playing a didgeridoo, and it was I remember getting there and I was there for like 15 minutes, and we were like Sunny started talking to someone, and like I was just sitting there like looking around enjoying, and it hit me all at once, and I was sitting there like watching the didgeridoo just going, oh my gosh, like I felt like I could feel it through the ground at that point, and it was awesome. Like
Can.
it was so fun. Like I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I've pictured like for so long, like coming to Australia and like trying it, and yeah, just like going through that experience of like going to the outback and stuff. And it was so cool to see that. And I remember watching it, and I was like, I remember going to you, Sunny, and I was like, I grabbed you and I was like, hey bro, I'm like, this didgeridoo is crazy. Like this is wild to watch, like, and just like feeling it like through the ground and like all this stuff. But after
What?
that, it was like,
Just to add in, because look, obviously I'm part of the story, and I was there. I didn't know this was a story that Reese was going to tell. Obviously, Reese had weed gummies because they're legal in Los Angeles. He had amongst his other candy in his bag when he
yeah,
came over to Australia. We've dumped 3. I've had 3. He had 3. We thought, what's the worst that can happen? We're in the middle of the desert and stuff like that.
just
So
try it.
just try it, see what happens. Had sunglasses on, and it's hit him hard. I'm like mingling with people. Where as Reese is looking at the guy playing the didgeridoo and they're serving out champagne and stuff, I look over like, where's my mate Reese? My gummies are kicking in, and I just see him sitting like so close to this guy playing the didgeridoo with like his hands on his face, like looking at him like fangirling, just
Yeah.
like I was like, Reese, like you need to move on, like people. You're very close to this guy watching it. Anyway, I just wanted to add in because that was my perspective in the story of what I saw
I
of
know.
what you were going through. Now back to you.
I basically like touched the end of the didgeridoo and held it for like a minute. But that was amazing. And then once we sat down at the tables, so we luckily got sat down with the table of like a mixed group of people that were also traveling to Uluṟu to see it. And it was some Japanese couple, it was an Australian
That just got
couple.
a Japanese couple that just got married, by the way. This
Oh,
is
that's
their
right.
honeymoon.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's
They
right.
spoke not
Yes.
very good English. Yes.
Yeah.
Not that they
And
needed to.
yeah, and then I can't remember like what we talked about and how we got into that conversation, but we were all sitting there like enjoying drinks. We had a quick appetizer, and then something
Crocodile,
got
by the
like,
way.
yes, crocodile, which was delicious. If you haven't tried it, definitely try it. Um, but it was something around Sunny started talking about how he knows how to speak 1 to 10 in Japanese for numbers, like speak yeah,
Count.
how to go, or I'm sorry, count 1 to 10 with Japanese numbers. And I was like, I mean, I have no freaking idea, but let's hear it. And we went into a full on conversation with, I think there was probably what, 8 to 10 of us sitting at that table.
Yeah.
And Sunny started teaching everybody how to speak or count 1 to 10 in Japanese. And
The
I was
reason
like, this is crazy.
the reason why is because the second gummy and the third gummy is like obviously kicked in. So like Reese and I are just
Yeah.
like rolling at this point, plus the champagne and stuff in the middle of the desert. Haven't really eaten properly. But obviously there was a Japanese couple that was on their honeymoon. So that's where it activated from. And then there was another
Yes.
couple that just got engaged. Like they were all just couples that like married. I think there was other 2 friends there. Reese
Yeah.
and I were 2 mates. There's only 2 friends traveling. But I just started telling the table how to count in 1 to 10 in Japanese, but I learned it at school by doing it by actions, like scratching, like itchy knee, like scratching my knee,
Yeah, that's right.
pointing at the sky for the sun,
Yeah,
pointing at
sky.
a girl at the table for the girl, she, and then going go, like getting my arm and go away like that. And then rockle, I would get my hand playing the air guitar going rockle. And then like shishi, I was like pretending to be a train. I'm like she. And then I was saying hachi, doing a hut, and then Q playing pool with the Q stick, and then Ju with condensation coming off a leaf. But mind you, obviously, if people aren't watching this on YouTube, I was doing this standing on a chair at the table of 10 of this round table at this fancy dinner in the middle of Uluṟu. Off my face on weed gummies going, all right. And I think Reese went to the toilet. I think you went to the toilet and you came back and the whole table, I'm like, all right, everybody all together. Itchy,
and then one at a time. Yeah.
Start! And the whole table is like following me, doing all the action.
Yeah, he was acting. Everybody was acting it out at that time. Because you were telling him, you're like, Ichi-san. And then you were trying to tell him like how to like do the hand motions to make sure that you remember what you're talking about.
Yes. So Reese gets back and I've just taught the table like what's that word called? Like choreography. Like I was like a dance teacher and everyone's like following me and stuff. And all the other tables are watching like what is going on? Dude, we were the best table. There was like millions of tables. Well, not millions, I'm exaggerating. Everyone was like, I want to be at that table, like that table. And they were like clapping in the Japanese couple, like, yes, we love you. Like, you know, like they out there. Like it wasn't, what's that thing called? Culture inappropriate at all. Like it was all like fun. And I think they were drunk off the champagne and stuff. But no, it was
felt
fun.
Like it was just, it felt like it was just natural. And like it just came and you were doing it. And then everybody jumped in and it just turned into like a whole table that we were at. Just turned into like this fun group that everybody wanted to learn it, have fun, talk, and like have a drink and all this. And it was, I don't know, it just felt like a fun community that was in the middle of the desert, in the middle of Uluṟu. And it was, I don't know, it was so special. Like that's something very special. Like, I've never forgotten just because, it was like, I'm with my best friend, like we're in the middle of the desert. We made this huge trip to get out here, like all these chances. And that energy that table gave to us in, not knowing them and stuff, like it definitely showed and it was so much fun. Like, I that was one of the best nights ever. And
go rock shishi hachi
Yes! Bravo, crew! Bravo!
1 minute.
I mean, the night continues for sure. So
it was very fun because it was kind of like, not that I've ever been to like one of those AA meetings or meetings that you go to, but it was like everyone was on this big round table, like sharing their story. I don't know. For some reason, I just turned into a host or something. And I'm like, and what about you guys? Like from Japan, like, you guys just got married. And so everyone's like answering around the table, going around like, who's next and stuff. I'm like, oh, this is my best mate, Reese. He's from America. I'm Australian. I've never been to Uluṟu, but I've always wanted to go. Like every Australian. And he's like, I really want to go. And I'm like, done. Let's go. Let's drive there. Let's do this.
Why not?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Rent a van. Let's go. So, but like the end of that night. So let's say after the dinner, me and you had to get the bus ride back to our camp. Mm-hmm. And during
everyone
that
else
bus
is
ride,
staying in hotels.
Yeah.
Everybody's staying in hotels.
Everybody else is staying in like
Alice
nice fancy hotels and like proper, campsites and like big trailers and all this stuff. Me and you are like, all right, we got to get the bus back. So we get the bus back. Mind you, the edibles are definitely hitting. We're getting onto the bus right now to get back to go to our campsite, which is like 20 minutes or whatever.
It's a Greyhound bus, by the way, like a big bus.
Yes, a big bus. And I remember getting on the bus. I remember getting on the bus and the lights on the bus were like a full-on
disco.
Club.
It was a disco. Yeah, it was a club. I remember.
Yeah, it was a disco club. And I remember getting on it and I was like grabbing the tops of the seats trying to get to where I was going. And we sat down and we sat across from each other and we look at each other and we're like, is this really happening? And we did that.
But why did the Greyhound bus have disco lights in the middle of Uluṟu? Like, it didn't make. And this is real, by the way. I've got video for it. This is real. And you kept saying,
That's true.
bro, why is this bus a disco? Disco. Look at these lights. Disco.
Oh my god. By the way, it's like disco in this bus. It's fucking awesome. Look at it. Disco.
And it's like cracking up laughing. Like when it's obviously the gummies once again kicked we're in fifth gear now. We're on the highway in fifth gear with these gummies.
Let's go. I remember sitting down next to you and I remember grabbing your arm and I was like, oh my gosh, like I am like out of body right now. Like this is crazy. And looking at the lights and like the lights are going up like crazy up on the top and they're kind of flashing. And then everybody's still walking on the bus and we're both sitting there like, okay, wait, like we have to go and we also have to get back to our camp. So we start driving back to where we're going to our camp to get dropped off. On the whole ride back, we're both looking at each other like laughing and like trying to hold our composure like, okay, wait, like we have to get back and like get there. And then Sonny starts, he looks at me and he goes, I have to go poo, bro. Like, and he just kind of like froze up. And I was like, are you okay, man? And
my energy just went down.
Yeah,
like,
it completely shot down. And I was like, oh shit, like, all right, like something, like he needs to get back. And
oh wait,
I remember
we've left something out of the story for the listeners. Because it took 3 days to drive from Sydney to Uluṟu and you're sitting for that long, I didn't shit for 3 days.
You're constipated.
That's right. I was constipated. And I think when you're sitting for that long, I've never really been constipated. I've got a really good poo flow. Like I really do. Like lots of fiber. I eat a banana every day. But Reese was shitting, like, you know, side of the, like, you know, he was pooing, going to service stations because you're driving for like 1,000 kilometers and you see no cars on the road. Like it's tunnel vision. It's very scary. And I didn't poop. And I actually said to him, bro, it's 3 days of driving. I haven't pooped with all that food we've eaten in the van. I haven't pooped. And I said, this doesn't feel right. And he's like, fuck, you still don't need to poop, bro? It's like, stick a finger up your bum, see if it comes out. I'm like, no, nothing's coming out. And then anyway, I actually said to him, we need to look up a chemist because I need to buy something that will make me poop.
I'm just nervous because I've never taken laxatives. Like, will I be him with my arms up against the wall, making loud noises? God.
Bit of food on my lip, and it was awful. So I had to go to the chemist. I had to find a chemist like thousands of kilometers away.
And we looked up the chemist, and it was like 17 hours away or something like that. So moral of the story is, I haven't pooped in like 4 days. So when we got to this dinner, and now we're on the bus after on the weed gummies, I've just turned to Reese and said, I need to poop. That's 4 days worth of poo ready to come out. 4 days worth of poo, right? And my mood's changed. Now you can
go. We have to take a shit right now.
Shit's so bad.
See you guys. Peter, see you guys. Andrew, see ya.
I'll talk about dinner later. I need to fucking shit. Like, I feel like I'm from Dumb and Dumber, where he shits in the toilet like it's me now.
Oh my god.
I've got weak knees, like, you know what
That's a coffee cup full of laxatives, though. That's like a coffee mug full of laxatives. There's no fucking way you would do that. Look at that. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, follow me.
Yeah.
Oral.
Okay, cool. Yeah. That's the one. Yeah.
And then send me photos. Yeah. Send me a photo through it. Okay, I got
Legs
you.
are shaking.
Sabor Tamayo. Yeah, Tamayo. Yeah. And then send me a photo now. Yeah.
5 days of backup. You just pop one laxative pill. Like, I'm talking 6.5 to 7 hours ago. And now he's telling me he's got to shit right when we get on the bus. Like, oh, bro.
Okay.
The wrong fucking time to do that. Like, come on now. Like,
I'm more than total head right now. I'm rhino head. Like the head is out with fucking horn. It's like, hell.
continue on with your story. I was just adding in for you.
Exactly. And it's like, so we got back to where, like, I remember we stopped the bus and me and you were both looking at each other and you're like doing the, like, doing the prairie dog where like your hands are underneath. And I was like, oh shit, bro. I'm like, get out. Like, get out. and it took forever.
I
too,
stopped
of
the
course,
bus, didn't I? Stopped the bus. Like I was gonna shoot myself.
Yeah, exactly. And you stopped the bus, and like we ran out. We got down onto the ground. I grabbed the camera because we were just filming stuff, like filming like memories
Tourists.
of
We're
what we were
tourists.
doing and stuff. And I was like, "Here, give me the camera. Run, like go. Like I'll just follow you." And I turned the camera on and filmed it. And I fucking followed you for half a kilometer until we got to the bathroom. And we got to the bathroom. You ran in, and I swear it was probably like it was like definitely over 30 minutes.
No, well, you've left something out, and you're gonna laugh.
Sorry.
So we were filming. We've actually got footage. We were filming this. I can put the footage up when this episode comes out. When he was filming this, because he found it so funny, because once again, rolling on Gummy Bears, I needed to shit. I stopped the bus.
Yeah.
He was filming it, and it was like Blair Witch Project. Like I was running so fast. Like I was someone that, like, someone who went past knew that I needed to shit. Like I was like running like no tomorrow, and he was filming. So it's like Blair Witch. It's kind of like a horror film because his hands jumping. He's got
Yeah,
the
that's
light.
what it is. Yeah.
He's got the light on the camera and stuff. Anyway, as I finally get back to the campsite and find the toilet, the lights are like 7-Eleven lights, really, really bright, right? And I get in there, but what he's left out is I'm a germaphobe. So if anyone's seen American Pie, does anyone know the guy Shit Bricks, whatever his name is? So
yes.
I didn't know Reese. So I went into a cubicle. I didn't know Reese was in the other cubicle, the fucking salty dog, and had the camera from above filming me, bro. I had no idea because I needed to shit. So he's laughing. I didn't know he's filming me. As I got into the toilet, I quickly like closed the door, needed shit, pulled down my pants, but then got toilet paper 3 layers and decorated the seat so my thighs wouldn't touch the seat. Like, I don't care how bad I needed to go. My thighs were not touching that dirty toilet seat because I'm a germaphobe. And Reese just lost his shit. And that's how I knew he was filming it. And he goes, bro, did you just put toilet paper down on the fucking seat so fast? Like,
if you have to go, you have to go.
You need to shit. Anyway, I shut, and then he stopped filming. He's like, oh, fuck, this guy's filming 4 days of shitting 4 days of poo. And yeah, I shat, and I was so happy to be released. I felt light, and I felt like, wow, like I never want to be constipated.
That was a 3-day shit.
That was a 3-day shit, yeah. I don't even think it was like diarrhea either. I think it was like a log. It was like a log.
It was like a giant proper poo.
Giant proper log that was like hard work to get out, and I had to work for it. I had to push, and I had to work for that. It wasn't just coming out, you know.
And to like being on gummies and stuff at that point, because you're like, oh, you're so relaxed, and then like you're trying to go poo, but you can't go poo because like you're so relaxed.
I know.
Like it just it makes it harder, and then it's like, fuck.
And when you're on gummies as well, you know, you're paranoid, you're high. Then I thought there was shit all up my thigh. So I've got toilet paper like cleaning myself, thinking there's poo all over me, but there's not. Because mind you, we're also on champagne. So there's champagne mixed with the weed gummies. Like we were retarded. Like I shouldn't say that word. Like off chops, I should say.
Yeah. No, yeah. We were definitely feeling it. And too, champagne is like the worst alcohol to like feel comfortable about going to the restroom, like.
And I've got to put toilet paper on the seat. Sonny Joe's got to take a mad shit right now. Dude, he's clogged up for 5 days. He's about ready to blast the bowl. The bowl is going to be fucked after Sonny Joe hits it right now. Oh my god, I gotta go. I'm going. Huh? Okay, I'm done.
No, it freaking sucks.
As you know, Reese, I could have 25 margaritas, right? And to my listeners, I could have 25 margaritas. I'm good. I'm in a good place, but I'm fine. I can keep on going. Like I drink tequila. Yeah. I have 1 glass of wine or champagne. I'm like,
I'm gone.
Gone skis. I am gone skis. That's why every now and then, if I'm like a little bit broke, I'll have a glass of wine because man, that shit really works. Hey. Like the bubbles, like that shit. No wonder why chicks get so drunk when they go out and they're ordering champagne and stuff. They're drinking petrol. Like,
do you know what a freaking mimosa does to you?
Oh, I could do
bottomless mimosas. Come on.
Yeah, they're great though. Oh, I actually had one just on Saturday in Bondi at Harry's. I went to a birthday there and I had I only had one. I wanted to keep on going, but everyone was weak at the table, so yeah.
No, bottomless mimosas are a bad idea. It's like you're never gonna win on that because let's say you start bottomless mimosas at 10, 11 a.m. You're probably gonna make it into about 3. Like you're not
I know
gonna
what you
make it
mean. You're
much farther
very
than that.
tired, but there's nothing wrong with that. You're home. It's still daylight. You're home. You know, it's funny you say that because when I was at the breakfast at Bondi, the mimosas, they're like $17 each, right? And I said to everyone at the table, "Isn't it funny how good a mimosa is? You taste the juice, the pulp, the bubbles of the alcohol. It's great.
Yeah.
Puts everyone in a good mood. Why don't we make these at home and not pay $17 for them? They're so nice. For some reason, we just don't make them at home. They're so nice. I'm gonna start a new trend. I am going to start drinking mimosas at home.
To start your day.
To start my day, yes. If I'm not working, that is.
Yeah,
Really.
on your day off.
I'm a very responsible person. Here I am talking about well, I don't
On
do
my
weird
day off,
things.
I might
Yeah.
have 1 or 2, but that's about it.
Yes. But look, I can say we highly suggest going to Uluṟu. It was crazy. The rock, it's an actual rock, and it goes like 17 kilometers.
Yeah, it goes
under
way
the earth,
down.
by the way. That's another thing that we didn't know. Like the rock's
Yeah.
that big, it actually goes under. Like it's not a mountain, it's an actual rock, and you'll know this when you see it. So like I
like
think
a
aliens.
Big giant rock
100%.
that goes all the way under the earth, and you just don't
It's
see it.
crazy big.
Yeah.
That's why, and you know what? It was funny because when we were driving, there's actual other rocks before you get to Uluṟu, so it tricks you when you're driving to Uluṟu, like, and there's this big giant rock, and you're like, oh my god, there it is, and it's in the distance. You're like, oh my
Yeah.
god, there it's so big, and you're like getting your phones out and you're filming it, and then you keep on driving, think you're coming up to it, but then you're driving for another hour, and you're like, what? Where are we driving? She's a campsite so far away
Yeah.
from Uluṟu, and then the sign saying Uluṟu coming up, and we're like, wait, was that not Uluṟu an hour back? And they're like, no. And then you really see Uluṟu through like the mirage because it's so
It's
hot in the desert.
crazy.
And it's so big. You can't even explain how big it is. You have to see it in real. It's like New York. New York looks big in postcodes and on TV, but when I went to New York in real life, I'm like, shit, this is like massive. It's never ending. Like
Crazy.
Uluṟu is so big, it's like not funny. I highly recommend.
And like remember walking around it? Like we took that trail.
What do you
around it
mean? We
that one
hired
day.
camels,
It was
bro. We hired camels.
crazy.
We hired
I
camels.
know. And the camels, and then you dropped your phone.
Camels are sick, by the way. I don't think it's bad for them. They used to do it. It's like riding a horse. I don't think it injures them or anything, but it was really cool. The way, if anyone that's rode a camel, rode, is that the right word? Yeah.
Ride a camel.
Ride a camel. It when it gets up off the ground, that bit's scary. That was scary. That was scary. That was more scary.
I felt
than
like I
me
was gonna fall off.
Yeah. It's scary. You're very high up. You're very, very high. Have you skydived yet?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not even that scary, hey.
Have you skydived?
Oh, did it with George and Short Stack, yeah.
Oh shoot. Well,
Yeah.
I did it.
But-
yeah. I mean, I did it like 10 years ago, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
I would love
you
to
find-
do it again.
Look, no, do you know what? You know me, thrill seeker, anything that's like fun, jumping out of a plane, like scary, because I love scary, I love horror films, I'll do it. But now, recently, like getting older, I don't know, I'm a little bit scared. There's been a lot of people in Australia where the parachutes haven't been opening up.
Oh wow.
You know what I
Crazy.
mean?
That's scary.
and,
Yeah.
like, not for me. I don't like that would be honestly one of the worst ways to die.
Yeah, I agree.
Because and you've got like you're looking around as if someone can save you. No, you're gone. Like, oh God. Do you think you would die before you hit the ground or you pass out? Or do you think you're awake the whole way down and you just have to shut your eyes? Like,
You're gonna be awake the whole time.
oh God.
I'm sorry, but that's the truth.
Oh no, that's so sad. Oh gosh.
I know. Yeah, but that's just the truth.
Yeah.
Because I only know that from friends that like have done that professionally, and it's
What, they died?
No, not like dying, but professionally they do it as skydivers. Like I know friends that have done that, and there's not really any way around it.
I went through a phase where I wanted to be a base jumper because that was like the sickest thing ever. Like
That's so cool though.
I know, with your friends, and we got like backpacks on, and we're in New York, and like we're going out. We have like a tequila, and then we go to like a high rise and catch the elevator, and we go to like the rooftop, and then we're just like, let's do this. And then we fucking jump off the high-rise building in New York, and then we've got the wing things where they've got the built-in wings to my arms, and I'm fucking flying
Yeah.
through the air. Oh,
Or
God.
best thing is you just like go to the Grand Canyon and you find a spot to jump off of, and then you just jump.
That looks
Scary,
sick, actually.
and people do that all the time.
No, I know.
That shit's crazy. Base jumping is wild.
I would love to do it, but I couldn't do that to my mother. That would just send her like off her
I
rockers.
couldn't do it to myself.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Anyway, Reese, you salty dog, all the way from America. Thank you for coming
Salty dog.
on. Yes. But why I keep calling him that, guys, is when I met Reese and our who were you traveling with? Who's our other friend?
My friend Kyle.
Kyle. Yes, Kyle.
Yeah.
My friend too. When I met them both and stuff, they were so like California, Orange County. They're like, bro, Sonny, you fucking salty
We were.
dog. You fucking salty. I'm like, what does that mean? They're like, and I think that means like in Australia, if you like you're friends with someone and you think they're cool, in Australia you'd say you're such a fucking sick cunt. You're a sick cunt.
Yeah,
like, I love you, man.
exactly.
Where from the OC, they say you're such a salty dog, bro, and they punch you, and that means like they like you and stuff. So I love that word, salty dog. It's so American. It's so Californian.
It is.
Thank you for sharing your true tall tales and coming on my show as a guest. You're welcome back anytime. I love it. The listeners love it. We get to listen to a new story every week, and that's why I love doing this podcast. And it's great to catch up with you, man. You look good.
Yeah, no, thank you, man. That was really fun. I'm glad to be a part of this. Thank you.
Of course. Guys, if you want to share your story and come on the show, please reach out to any of the socials of True Tall Tales Podcast, or you can send an email to me to truetalltalespodcast@gmail.com. I will reply. Or if you have a friend or a family member that's got a crazy story, send them my details and reach out, and I'd love to get you on the show. We have a couple of guests coming up for this year, and some celebs with their true stories, but I'll keep that all under wrap. And my name's Sunny Boy. His name's Reese. Thank you for listening. Peace out. We'll speak to you soon. You salty dog.
Cheers, guys.